The Stono Institute and Distinguished Professor of International Law at FAMU Law School in Orlando, Florida. Welcome as always.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be with you.
Well, Jeremy, this thing's kind of gone on the back burner, this whole ICE situation, but Judge Dolly Gee's orders say that these centers have until July 17th to let these children go. But the question is, where do they go when they're released? And what if their parents and family are still being detained?
Yeah, I mean, this is a major crisis that kind of has, for the average American, gone under the radar. ICE has about 2,500 people in custody. About 124 of those are children, and there's another 1,000 that are being held by the Department of Health and Human Services. So we have a crisis here with children being held by the United States government that are not U.S. citizens. And really the criteria that the judge has laid down is based on something called the 1997 Flores Settlement, which lays down standards, national standards for the treatment and release of children that are detained by our immigration services. And essentially, what the order says is that ICE can decline to release children if there's not a suitable sponsor, if the child's parent waives the right under the Flores Agreement, and if there's a prior unexplained reason for why a parent has not appeared before the court. What they're trying to do is find suitable sponsors for the children, which is quite dangerous in a country that is probably a leader in the Americas for missing children and disappeared children. So this is really sad, and I don't think any of us are certain what's going to happen to these children when these families don't have sponsors in the United States that can take them.
Very difficult to hear that. Well, we've also heard some of these children, their parents, and some of the ICE agents have actually been infected with COVID-19. How does that change the metric, if at all?
Well, one of the reasons why the judge has come down with this order was because of the COVID-19 virus and its impact in detention centers. There are children being affected, INS agents being affected, ICE agents that are being affected and infected. Obviously the families, the parents, the children. So we have a significant issue within the detention centers, which are built really for spreading a virus like this, especially a virus that is aerosol, meaning airborne. So the judge has ordered, I guess out of a sense of the humaneness of the situation, to release these children. But where do you go if you're a child and you don't have family in the United States and you're going to be released within the United States? It's a recipe for disaster, and certainly there are very serious questions about parents being able to adequately protect and represent the best interests of their children who are being held.
And there are language issues and issues if the parents are let go with their children, where are they going to work and what are they going to do? The recent DACA ruling, does that have anything to do with this latest move for the children, or are the two pretty much unrelated?
Well, I think they're pretty much unrelated, but I will tell you this. The Trump administration has been trying to fight to overturn the Flores settlement since he came into office. And why we have an archaic system that wants to separate children from parents and then perhaps release children to the American public or a sponsor that might have some vague connection to parents is beyond me. I think that we're in violation of our own laws, which is why the Trump administration keeps losing on this. And we're certainly in violation of international law, which specifically has treaties designed to protect the interests of children and also the rights of parents.